Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days. Welcome to this week's Smackdown live review. First thing I want to say is the subscriber Hall of Fame is open. I've uploaded a video for all of that, explaining all of that. But as I said in the video, I appreciate it's not for everybody, but I just wanted to do something to celebrate 5,000 viewers, or subscribers, I should say. So let's talk about Smackdown anyway. Love the new belts, which is, maybe a surprise because they're very similar to the other titles we have. The tag team belts though, they're not that kind of copper. They're more silver, and they've got a nice blue strap. And I think it works. It looks classy. You see, the problem with the Universal Championship is that they changed the name. It's not the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, but just for Raw. They called it the Universal Championship. They changed the name. They haven't changed the name of the tag team titles or the Women's Championship that's on SmackDown. So it's fine that the belts are the same. And the Women's title, it makes sense, doesn't it? You got a red background for Raw, you put a blue background for SmackDown. I haven't got a problem with it. I like the belts. I think that they still look classy and they're just that little bit different. The Universal Championship needed to be a completely different design because it's a completely different name. Heath Slater, crazy over. Loved how he nearly tripped as he got into the ring. He was like, don't mind me, I'm just about to trip over. Because he had a little bit of a stumble. He gets in, crowd chanting his name. I don't know where this was as well. I know they kept referring to the place, but I don't know what state that's in. I don't know how far away that is from Brooklyn, or if it's still in like the New York area. But this wasn't at the Barclays Center. Yeah, it's still, Heath massively over. I know that they were chanting for him at Barclays over the SummerSlam weekend. And he gets an opportunity, he just has to find a partner, and then he can be in that tag team tournament that was announced. Before this, there was a lot of backstage heat as well between AJ and Dolph, and that's what sets up the main event. So we know that we're going to get AJ Styles against Dolph Ziggler, and if AJ wins, then he gets to face Dean Ambrose at Backlash. If Dolph wins, then AJ gets to face Ziggler at Backlash, but Dolph gets added to it as well. The way they worded that, I thought was, they could have worded it better. Yeah, it kind of set up the main event. And again, what was great was that every match had purpose again. We were having tag team qualifying matches. We were having women's fights building up, so we could see, what's Nikki Bella like on her return. We were having that main event match to see who would get to face Dean, or what the match would be. Would it be just AJ against Dean, or would it be a triple threat? It was good. I really enjoyed this SmackDown. It was kind of, I can't say it was up there with Raw, because for me the Bayley debut just pushed Raw ahead. I think Raw was better this week than SmackDown, but it was really close. Really close. It's not every week you get to see brand new championship belts. Natalya and Naomi were ringside for Becky, Lynch, who was going up against Alexa Bliss. This was a good match. I really enjoyed it. The flying firearm is what it's being called. Becky wins with the disarmer, but it was, back and forth. I thought Bliss showed quite a lot of agility, showed some nice spots. It was a good match. I don't really understand why Natalya and Naomi were ringside, other than to get them on a show that they weren't really booked to appear on. But it was fine. Next up, we get Ascension against Usos. Tunga didn't react too kindly when JBL said that Jennifer, his other half, could get tips from The Miz. And that was referenced a few points throughout the night. I like Tunga. Tunga's growing on me more. He talks about the matches. He doesn't get distracted with other stuff. He talks about the matches. He comes in with quick sound bites, but he's starting to talk about the moves more. I'm on board with the Tunga. I'm warming towards him. JBL still talks about everything other than the match, but I don't know. I can't say I hate JBL because I think that he still provides a bit of colour to the commentary. It might just be a little bit boring if all the commentators did was just talk about the matches. But there is definitely more focus on the matches now than what there was before, and that's much better for it. So the Usos win anyway, which wasn't a great surprise. Moving forward, AJ comes out. His sidebar said that he was debuted at the Royal Rumble, beat John Cena at SummerSlam. That's pretty good for your first year, isn't it? So yeah, they're clearly all in on AJ Styles. And he was wearing the Never Give Up armband. Real surprised we didn't see Cena. Thought Cena was going to come out during this bit. But as we said, you know, the match was made. Daniel Bryan comes out because Ziggler interferes. The promo and the main event match is made. Ziggler against AJ Styles. Next up, I've got my notes here. Let me turn the page. Renee is interviewing Nikki. Carmella heel turn. She just jumps Nikki from behind, starts beating her up, which came out of nowhere. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they're doing with the Carmella character. I hope it is a heel turn, because I think the kind of I'm fabulous, you know, it works better as a heel than it does as a face. Orton comes out, talks about regretting how the Lesnar match finished, how Shane might have thought he was helping, but he wasn't really. Wyatt comes out, which is amazing. I was like, yeah, this is insane. Comes out without Eric Rowan. Looks like those guys have gone their separate ways. And he talks about how Orton's a man, but Wyatt's a god, and he'll find out soon enough. I think this is a great feud. I think that Wyatt should win this feud. Orton just doesn't need these victories. You know, Orton can just put Wyatt over, and someone needs to do it. So I'm really on board. Lovely backstage segment next. Heath's still going around trying to find a tag team partner. He goes up to The Miz. He thinks The Miz is talking to him. It turns out he's on his phone talking to Spielberg. When he turned around after that call, and when he's talking to Maurice, he says, "Darling, he wants me to be the new Indiana Jones." I think they missed a trick. It could have been, "Darling, they want me to be the new E.T. or the new Jaws," or something that's a little bit less cool. Heath then goes up to Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson! One of the Four Horsemen. And yeah, you know, absolutely brilliant segment. For a split second, I thought Arn Anderson was going to be Heath Slater's partner, which I would have freaked at. I would have absolutely freaked at. So anyway, Rhino steps forward, and it will be Rhino that will be Heath Slater's partner. I don't know if is Curtis Axel or Bo Dallas, did they go to Raw? Is either of them on SmackDown? I wondered if one of those kind of social outcasts was going to make an appearance and actually become Slater's partner, but no, it's Rhino. So next up we get American Alpha versus Brie Xango. Absolutely fantastic match. Great teamwork, tandem teamwork from Alpha. More chemistry than a periodic table, according to Ranello. Brie's hitting Hurricanrana. It's dentist and carpenter. It's tooth and nail. I really liked that line. Alpha pick up the victory with the grand amplitude. And it was just a really, really great match. And followed up by another really, really great match. AJ Styles against Dolph Ziggler. I would have to say that Styles-Ziggler was the match of the night. Might even have been my favourite match out of Raw and SmackDown. This thing had everything. It was back and forth. Styles looked the better, but Ziggler just, you know, wouldn't let go. He was still being very competitive. Massive drop kick from Ziggler. There's a missed springboard 450 splash from Styles, which Murillo said there's no H2O in the pool. That's a bad landing. I really liked it. Tried for the Styles Clash, couldn't get it on. Zigzag out of nowhere. You know, Styles into the ropes. Bang, zigzag for a 2 count. Honestly thought Ziggler had got it at that point. Styles Clash though for the 3, which means we're going to get AJ Styles against Dean Ambrose. One-on-one match at Backlash. That's in 2 weeks' time. No Cena tonight, as we said, which is a real surprise. But this was a really great, had great energy, great pace, some great matches, good development, good feud development. The other thing as well, actually, Shane interestingly said that this thing between him and Lesnar isn't over, which is intriguing. I can't see we're building towards a Shane versus Lesnar match. That would be horrific. But is Undertaker going to come back? I know Undertaker and Shane have been having talks. I don't know if there's that much of an appetite to see Lesnar Undertaker again. But who's to say that we need to see that match? Who's to say that it's not Shane standing in the ring, being berated by Brock, and then Taker comes out just to even up the odds? Doesn't have to lead to a match, but it could be a nice way of bringing Undertaker back on Smackdown so that he could do a few things. You'd have to think that he's going to retire at WrestleMania next year, and I think that his likely opponent is going to be John Cena, to send him off. Cena on that Smackdown roster does make perfect sense that the Undertaker would get involved on the blue brand. So yeah, really good. Really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed SummerSlam weekend. You know, we still continue. We've got NXT tomorrow and the CWC, which is really heating up. And then we get a little bit of a break for a few days before we're back for next week's Raw. So still plenty of stuff to come. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I really would appreciate it. Check out that Subscribers Hall of Fame video that got uploaded yesterday. It's yeah, might be something that you'd be interested in partaking in. And I think that's everything. Please give the video a like if you liked it. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Wrestling Days UK, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.